Oh, so this is what you mean, right?
Yeah.
Nah, M3V square plus a half M5V square plus F times D. Okay. Now, the distance is the same thing like the how much it falls, right? It means
What is MS?
what?
What is MSG? The S-nya apa?
M5.
Oh.
M5. Kan ada 3 kilogram, ada 5 kilogram. Nah, lihat nih. In order to know F, ini normal force. Ini M3G. Oke. F itu apa? Mu times N, right? N is mu M3G. Makanya ini ntar jadi mu M3G. Is equal to a half M3V square plus a half M5V square plus F times T. M5GH is equal to a half M3V square plus a half M5V square plus A. F-nya ini apa? Mu M3G times D. Nah, because kan the distance-nya, if this one falls into a certain height, berarti this one also move into a certain distance that actually the same value as the height, right? You get it?
Okay.
So M5GH is equal to, here both of them has a V square. Plus mu M3G, what is it? H. H is equal to D. And then after that, what we are looking for is the speed, right? Here. What is the speed? Nah, so we need to play around. Jadi ini frictionnya move to the left. Is equal to V square M3 plus M5 over 2, right? Ini the other way of saying this one, right?
Yeah.
And then because we are looking for this, I need switch side. V square M3 plus M5 over 2 is equal to M5GH minus mu M3GH. And then we are looking for only V. Berarti V square is equal to, nah lihat, ini kan sama-sama ada GH. Ada 2, oke lah, satu-satu dulu. 2 M5GH minus mu M3GH over M3 plus M5. Maka V square is equal to, ini ada GH-nya, you can put it outside. M5 minus mu M3 over M3 plus M5. But we are looking only just speed. Jadi harus square root. Over M3 plus M5. Okay. We know that M3, 3 kilogram. M5, 5 kilogram. Mu, 0.4. G, 9.81 meter per second square. H, 1.5 meter. Right? Then we just plug everything. P is equal to square root of 2 times 9.81 times 1.5. 5 minus 0.4 times 3. over 3 plus 5. V is equal to, ini berapa nih?
Wait, sir, while you calculate, do you mind going up? I want to see
Oke.
like about the equation. So I'm trying to understand. Do you mind going down a bit on it?
Oke.
I'm thinking about the normal force. Jadi the normal force is the mass times gravity.
Iya, karena this is the only thing that actually counter the normal force.
So what's the answer then?
Oke. 2 times 9.81 times 1.5, 29.43, 5 minus 0.4 times 3, I think 1.2 over 8. But V is equal to square root of 29.43 times 3.8 over 8. V is equal to square root of 111 0.83 over 8. Square root of 13.979. 3.73 meter per second. In other words, these two objects will move at the speed of 3.73 meter per second after falling 1.5 meters high. Nah, this idea. Okay, step 1 until, so basically the math is step 4 until step 13, that's the math. The physics is actually step 1 until step 4. This is physics. Literally the physics is step 1. Math. So the key here is that to know which one is in the initial position, so in the initial category, and what's actually in the after category. So if you see that, I see the friction is the after category. Why? Because you see it, friction as a whole process after. You get it? That's why I put work done by friction. It is in the after rather than in the initial. What do you think, Claire?
Okay. I think we can move on.
Okay. Now we move to chapter 2.4. But before that, like last time you asked me so that I can review this one. Kan last time ada work done by constant force. Sekarang ini kalau force-nya nggak constant. Variable, varying force. You get it?
Okay.
This is how you deal when the force is not constant. Okay? So what you should do, you basically just do, if you have y versus x, force versus distance, then this is what you should have. So you just need to find the area. Kayak ini trapezium, you just need to use the formula of the area of trapezium to find the total work done. As you can see, kan the force-nya is not constant, right? It changes.
Yeah.
That's why you need to use the concept of area for finding the value of the work done or energy based on the graph force versus distance. The work done by a force is the area under the graph that shows the variation of the magnitude of the force with the distance traveled. Nah, intinya if you want to know what's actually the area, the work done or the energy produced based on the graph force versus distance, then you just need to find the area of the graph. So in this case, it's triangle, a half times base times height. Nah, ini question kayak gini nih. Coba find the work done by this force. Nah, you just need to find the area of trapezium of this graph. Bisa lah. You already take screenshot?
Oh, I haven't. I'm doing it actually. What's the formula again? I forgot.
Itu aja, cuman finding the area.
Yeah, what's the formula for a trapezium?
Oh, ini dia. The adjacent sides. Adjacent sides. A plus B, ini tambah ini. Over 2 times the height. Height ini itu. Adjacent sides. So in this case, that A plus B-nya itu apa? Ini A-nya, ini B-nya, ini height-nya.
The area I got, which is the work area, which is work done, is 88.
What?
I got 88 for letter A.
Oke, coba kita. Nah, ini A-nya berapa? 5. Ini ada 10. Berarti 5, setiap ini 0.5. 5, 6, 7. A-nya 7 ya. 7 watt, 7 meter. B-nya 15. Height-nya 8 Newton. So area is equal to A plus B over 2 times height. 7 plus 15 over 2 times height equal to 22 times 4, 88 ya, joule.
88
Right?
joules, yeah.
That's how you
Yeah.
get it. Nah, sekarang calculate the final speed of the body.
How do you calculate the final speed?
Huh?
How do you calculate the final speed?
You need to find something work done equivalent to what energy? Is it GPE or KE or elastic potential energy? Yang dimana one of them actually contains speed. That's the clue that I
Okay.
can give.
Can you go back to the question then? Thank you.
Okay, done?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you time.
I got 6.63 meters per second.
Okay, berarti which means that
Wait, final speed. Yeah, it's using the work for we just got, right?
so in my case, I will see it this way. So 88 joule is equal to a half mv square, or a half mv square is equal to 88. mv square over 2 is equal to 88. Or v square is equal to 2 times 88 over m. V square is equal to 2 times 88 over m. M-nya berapa? 7 juga. Coret-coret. So V is equal to square root of 88. $9.38.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now we move to momentum and impulse. So this section introduces the concept of linear momentum. Okay, Newton's second law in terms of momentum. Jadi, kan we know F is equal to M times A. Ini Newton's second law. Okay. We can call it net force also M times A. Now, the other definition of Newton's second law itu adalah the rate of between momentum over time. Oke, P itu apa? Momentum itu apa? M times V. M is mass, kilogram. V is speed or velocity, meter per second. Jadi, this is the first definition. This is the second definition. The third definition itu coming from F net is equal to F net. M times A is equal to delta P over delta T. Or kalau kita lanjutin terus nih, M times A is equal to, ini kan apa? M times delta V over delta T. M times A. Delta V over delta T is basically what? A. Makanya M times A also. Proven. Oke, kalau kamu masih bingung, oke, I'll make it slower.
No, I understand. I'm just like thinking about kalau momentum is the like the definition of it.
PF minus PI over delta T. Is equal lah. PF itu kan berarti mass-nya sama. Nah, VF minus VI itu basically delta V.
No, I get it. I'm just like I don't know the definition of momentum.
What's the definition of momentum? Okay, momentum is defined by mass times velocity.
So is it the change in velocity or just velocity?
Oh, kalau P just mass times velocity. Kalau F itu must be the change in momentum over the change in time. Jadi beda ya. P and delta P itu is not the same. Kenapa? P just M times V. Tapi delta P is basically what? PF minus PI. Final momentum minus initial momentum. Or M times VF minus M times VI. Artinya apa? In delta P there are two momentums. But in just simple momentum or only just one momentum here.
Okay. Oh, we can move on right now.
Okay?
Yeah.
Nah. Dia bilang the average net force on the system is equal to the rate of change of the momentum of the system. Berarti rate of change-nya ngomongin how fast momentum over time. The speed of momentum compared to time. Nah, kita masuk ke impulse. Impulse is basically delta P. Nah, ini menarik nih. Jadi, kan we have the first definition of Newton's second law kan M times A. The second-nya adalah delta P over delta T. Nah, impulse is basically the other way of saying delta P. Maka, F is equal to impulse over delta T. In other words, impulse is F times delta T. Usually in this case is F force, average force. Or you can call it F net lagi. Impulse is average force times delta T. Jadi impulse is basically the other way of saying the change of momentum. Ini cuma technical term aja.
Okay.
The quantity F net delta T is called the impulse of the force and is usually denoted by J. It is the product of the average force times the time for which the force acts. The impulse is also equal to the change in momentum. Ah, kan, benar kan? Notice that impulse is a vector whose direction is the same as that of the force or the change in momentum. Nah, coba nih. The graph, ini graph yang E nih. Figure 2.70a shows a non-constant force that increases from 0, reaches a maximum value, and then drops to 0 again. The force acted for a time interval of about 2 milliseconds. Here 2 milliseconds. From here to here 2 milliseconds. The impulse is the area under the curve. With that calculus, we can only estimate this area by tediously counting squares. Jadi harusnya ini pakai konsep integral nih. But let's say we don't use integration, but we simply just counting the squares. Why we count the squares? Because we want to find the area. Kenapa area? Nah, tadi kan, if we have this, ini varying force, ini distance, and we have like this, the area is the work done. Area is work done. But now, if we have the graph, this is force, tapi F net, and then we have time.
Bedanya F net sama F?
Sama aja sih.
Oh,
Sama aja. You can call it F net juga sih. Oke. Nah, here, do you see here? Yang satu y versus x-nya force versus distance, yang satu force versus time. Nah, kalau kita hitung areanya, ini adalah impulse. You get it?
Yeah.
Nah, tapi ini bentuknya is not simple geometry. This is a curve. Okay? This is a parabola. Nah, parabola usually involving calculus atau integration. Tapi karena kita IB doesn't really cover calculus physics, jadinya we just need to calculate the number of squares. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Kayak gitu aja. Ngitungnya. You count the...
Satu-satu.
Satu-satu. Nanti di IB question ada yang kayak gini soal-soalnya.
How do you calculate it yang kotaknya nggak penuh 100%?
Nah gitu, itu masalahnya. Nah makanya kamu kayak estimate gitu. So kayak gini nih, dia bilang there are about, makanya ini about nih, nggak precise. 160, dari mana tahu 160? Nah ini 160 menurut dia, menurut the textbook this is 160. You get it? Misalnya contoh, you consider ini sama ini as one square. Nah itu bisa boleh. You get it? Ini
yang
sisanya
mana?
ini, sisanya ini sama ini sama ini. 1, 2, 3 bisa you count it as one square. You get it? Sisanya itu maksudnya what I mean, this one, 1, 2, 3, and 4, you count it as one square. Baru 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and so on and so forth. Pokoknya according to the textbook is 160. Nah, sekarang after we know that let's say there are 160 squares, we need to know one square itu apa meaningnya. Nah, meaning of one square itu apa? Nah, ini dia. Horizontally means that it is 0.1 second. Millisecond. Lihat nih. You get it? Clear? Nah, ini kan dari sini ke sini 1. But there are 10 smaller squares. It means if you have 10 smaller squares and 10 of them is actually equal to 1, berarti just one small square is equal to 1 divided by 10. Berarti horizontally small square 0.1 millisecond. Nah, vertically, the small square means, lihat, vertically kan yang gini. Dari ke sini 5 kotak 1. Berarti 1 kotak aja ya out of 5 small squares, berarti 1 divided by 5. Berarti 0.2. 0.2 apa? Newton. Berarti the area of a small square, of one small square, is equal to 0.1 millisecond times 0.2 Newton, which is equal to 0.02 Newton millisecond.
Impulse is measured in what?
Impulse itu ya ini Newton millisecond. Kan dia
Millisecond
dari
apa?
kan dia M times V. Kilogram meter per second. Kan Newton millisecond, milli kan just 10 power of minus 3. Basically kalau impulse itu basically is equal to Newton second kan. Lihat deh, yang 1 kilogram meter per second, yang 1 Newton second. Is it true that kilogram meter per second is equal to Newton second? Kita elaborate aja. Derive it. Newton itu kan M times A, kilogram meter per second square. Right? And then you times it with second. Kilogram meter per second is equal to kilogram meter per second square times second. Second. Sama, proven. Jadi from left side and right side, they are just similar. Or saying the same thing. Okay? Nah, we know that satu small square-nya 0.02 Newton millisecond. Berarti kalau the whole thing katanya 160, ya you times it with 160 times 0.02 Newton millisecond. Berarti berapa tuh? 2/100, 160 kali 2/100. 1.6, 3.2 Newton millisecond. 3.2. Tapi dia pakai ini. Dia di sini kan kita dapat 3.2 Newton millisecond. Dia bilang 3 times 10 power of minus 3 Newton second. Lihat, mili itu apa? Minus 3. Ya, sama-sama sih, dia udah rounding aja. Oke? You get the idea?
Yeah.
Nah, what I'm trying to say to you is that soal-soal kayak gitu tuh ini ada banyak nih. In which that you have to do approximation. Dan IB biasanya kasih nilainya nggak spesifik. Dia kasih range. Jadi yang penting you try your best to give your estimation. Jadi dia ada lower range sama upper range. Kalau it is your answer is actually in the interval, is still considered correct. Cuman masalahnya, the problem is that you have to take time to count this one. Nah, how to make it fast? Itu the struggle there. You get it, Clea?
Okay.
Nah, impulse itu kadang sometimes it's actually called the moment of impact. Nah, dia naik terus turun. Karena very short.
The what of impact?
Moment of impact.
Oh, okay.
Konsep impulse sama momentum biasanya dipakai untuk apa? Crash technology, crash. Ya pokoknya buat safety gitu-gitu. Making airbag apa. Nah, konsep impulse momentum is actually heavily used for safety technology.
Okay, sir.
Tapi sambil ngomong ya. Iya. Benar ya.
Nah, kalau kayak gini kan, if you see this is just a line There's no area. Yeah, you can say that impulse is zero. You get it? It doesn't occupy space or two-dimensional shape. It's just a line. So there's no impulse, just constant force of 6 Newton. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Nah, impulse itu happening kalau ada varying force. Ini kan nggak varying, constant. Nggak ngaruh. Impulse itu konsepnya kayak lagi main tenis loh. Or like when you hit the golf ball, or when you actually kick the soccer ball, something like that. The moment before and after when you actually kick or shoot the ball, that's actually the transfer of energy in terms of impulse and momentum there. Nah, contoh nih. The force act on a body of mass 3 kg initially at rest. Calculate. Aduh, mana lagi 3.2.70 xc. Do I put it? No. Ini nggak usah dulu, ntar aja. Nah, sekarang kita masuk ke conservation of momentum. Nah, sama konsepnya. Kalau conservation of energy apa?
Nggak di like nggak ada added,
Mechanical energy initial is equal to mechanical energy after. Nah, conservation of momentum sama aja konsepnya. Initial momentum is equal to final momentum. That's the meaning.
Okay. What are we waiting for?
Okay, when the net force on a system is zero, the momentum does not change. It stays the same. We say it is conserved. Ya, of course lah. Kalau zero, ya everything zero. Okay, that's done. Nah, ini menarik nih. Here. Ini soal ini banyak udah kayak gabungan 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4.
Okay.
Nah, ini soalnya nih. I already send it to your WA. Coba you try to solve it about like 7 to 10 minutes and then we discuss together. Nah,
So
ini
what is
tuh, what?
what is the answer for the ball question again? I want to write it down. I forgot to write
The
it
ball
down.
question. Which one?
Yang ditarik ke bawah, ya.
Ini?
Ya.
Oh,
I'm going to do it in my own time gitu.
3.73.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Okay. Nah, I think like this is a good question. Karena apa? If you see this one is starting from the concept of 2.4. Tapi ntar dia ngomongin 2.3 nih. Ada ngomongin kinetic energy, speed, kinetic energy, power. Nah, biasa IB kayak gini. Makanya lihat, ini HL question nih. How many? One question itu equivalent to how many points? 1, 4, 8, 14 points, 14 minutes question.
Okay.
Nah, I already sent it to your WhatsApp.
Okay, I already opened it.
Coba you do it first.
Sir, how do you do BI to find the speed? Sir, can you hear me? Sir, can you hear me?
Okay. What is it?
Before I asked, how do you find the speed like as it leaves the
Hello?
launcher?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, what is it?
Before I asked you, how do you find the speed for the projectile as it leaves the launcher?
Oke, kita discuss aja bareng. Estimate the area under the curve. The impulse delivered to the projectile is this. Estimate the area under the curve. Okay, it is proposed to launch projectiles. It is proposed to launch projectiles of mass 8 kg from satellites in space in order to destroy incoming ballistic missiles. The launcher exerts a force on the projectile that varies with time according to the graph. It's proposed to launch projectiles of mass 8 kg from satellites in space to destroy incoming ballistic missiles. Oh, jadi ini kayak logically like this. Jadi ada the scenario is that ballistic missiles is intended to destroy satellite. Biasanya satelit yang buat intelligence. Nah, tapi di counter attack sama the missiles. Okay? The missiles give the counter attack by sending do you get it? Do you get the idea? Jadi from
No, I get
surface.
the idea. I just don't really know how to like do BI.
Okay.
And
Estimate the
then
area
and
under the
AI.
curve. Sebenarnya di impulse delivered to the projectile ini kan udah sebenarnya answer-nya. Berarti dari under the curve ya udah cuman ini doang. Do you get it? It's basically the question here is saying the same thing about information that's already been given. For AI itu answer-nya 2 × 10⁻³ Newton second. Do you get it?
Yeah, but like what if you didn't have that and you had to count it yourself? Tadi kan you showed how, tapi
Mau kita coba
I
ngitung manual.
iya.
Oke. Berarti I need to take screenshot dulu. Baru kita highlight ya. Oke, gini Clea cara ngerjainnya. So as you can see here, I said to you, we need to define what's actually the horizontal aspect of the small square and also the vertical aspect of the small square, right? Nah, lihat nih. From here to here, Clea, are you there?
Yeah.
Nah, from here to here, ini kan 0.05. But there are 10 small squares. Berarti 0.05 divided by 10. 0.05 divided by 10 is equal to 0.005. Apa ini? Second. Oke, ini horizontal aspect. Nah, sekarang we go to the vertical aspect. Oke. Vertikalnya dari sini ke sini 10. Tapi ada 5. Berarti ini 2. Lihat kilonewton, berarti 2 kilonewton. Karena satuannya unitnya for the vertical apa? Kilonewton, right? So 2 kilonewton. Therefore, one small square is equal to what? 2 kilonewton F net times delta T. 2 kilonewton times 0.005. Kilo means 2000 times 0.005. 0.005 itu artinya 1, 2, 3, 5 over 1000. And then you divide it, you have basically 2 times 5, 10 Newton second. Jadi satu ini 10 Newton second impulse-nya. You get it?
Yeah.
Nah, sekarang our job is to calculate how many small square. Yang pasti dulu ya. 1, 2, 3. Nah, yang pasti dulu nih. Oke. Nah, harus dihitung nih berapa nih? 10 plus. Nah, when we already do this, 10 plus ini berapa? 15 plus ini 17, 16. Oke. Ini 16, ini 14. 14. Ini udah. Ah, ini bisa sih sebenarnya naik ke atas lagi. Berarti ini 18. Ini udah. 14 udah. 14. So wait, 16 plus 14 plus ini masuknya jatuhnya ke 12 aja. Ini 11, 9. Uh, 11, 9. Ini 8. Ini 7. Oke. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. Plus 9. Ini 6, 6, 5, 4, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 3, 6, 5, 4. 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, plus 9.
Oh, ini how many square yang ini, Pak?
Nah, ini makanya estimation. For me, I say 9. Nah, ini tinggal tambahin aja dikit-dikit. For me, 5 aja lah, tambahin 5 lagi. 5, no. Ini ada 5, ke sini 5. Sama ini 5, 10 lagi. But
Ini kayaknya ini 5 bukan this one.
Mana tuh? For me, I consider it 9.
Why?
Karena ini compensate yang kosong-kosong ini. Sama yang ini semua nih. Ada tambahan dikit-dikit. Ya makanya ini kan ibaratnya estimation. You cannot really make it like really precise atau apa. Jadi sekarang how many squares? Per 3 aja deh nih, per 3. 10 plus 15, 25 plus 18. 25 plus 18 berarti 43. 34 plus 16, 50. Wait. Ya. 50. Ini berarti 43 plus 50 plus 14, 12, 26, 11, 37. 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 6. 9 plus 8, 17 plus 13, 30. 9 plus 6, 15. 2, 2, 10. 2, 2, 10, 24. Plus 9, 33. Oke, tambahin ini. 43, 93, 67, 48. Ini 93, 67, 160, 48. 801, 208. Berarti 208 squares times one small square. Berarti 208 times 10 Newton second. Berarti 2080 Newton second. Or 2.08 times 10 power of 3 Newton second. Ya mirip lah. Kalau ini 2000, ini 2080. You get it?
Yeah, I get it. So in my estimation, I counted it. It's a lot more off. It's 100. It's 1,870.
What? 1,000?
870. Jauh.
Nggak apa-apa. Biasanya masih ada itu sih. Nah itu masalahnya. Nah, I don't know. Sometimes the boundary-nya IB itu dari mana ke berapa? Kan ini question-nya doesn't give us like the boundary. So we call it in law itu kan the benefit of doubt. What do you call it? Have you ever heard this in law terms?
Yeah.
Benefit of doubt. Nah, aku nggak tahu. Like in this case kan karena there's no questions about like in the previous kan. Kalau in the here before di example ini. So according to him, it is exactly 160 full square. That's according to textbook.
Okay.
But you get the process, the idea, right? That's the most important thing.
Yeah, I understand the process now.
Okay. Okay, that's the average acceleration. Nah, average-nya itu adalah, what do you get? For you, what do you get?
I got 12.5.
12.5. Yeah, it's actually the numbers are correct, but the value is not. It should be 1,250 meter per second square. 1.25 times 10 power of 3. Jadi gini cara ngerjainnya. Kan pertama apa? We know the impulse. Impulse is equal to 2 times 10 power of 3 Newton second, right? Nah, impulse itu apa? F net is equal to impulse over delta T. Therefore, impulse is equal to F net delta T. Tapi we know impulse, we know delta T. Jadi our job is to find average force or F net. Oke, impulsnya berapa? 2 times 10 power of 3 over the delta T itu berapa? 0.2, right? Okay, 0.2 seconds, right? How do you know 0.2 seconds? Nah, ini the time interval from here to here. And then we have, this is equal to 1 times 10 power of 4 Newton, or basically 10,000 Newton.
I know my
Nah.
mistake. I wrote 20. I wrote 0.2 as 20.
Oh, nah ini baru average force, belum ngomongin average acceleration. Nah, F kan M times A. Maka average force is equal to M times average acceleration. Therefore, average acceleration is equal to the average force over the mass. So, is equal to 10,000 Newton over massnya berapa? 8 kilogram. Which is equal to 1,250 meter per second square, atau 1.25 times 10 power of 3. That's how you do it. Okay, clear?
Yeah. I know how to do that one.
What? Okay.
I knew how to do that one. I just got the answer wrong because I put the wrong value for the time.
Oke, nggak apa-apa. Nah, sekarang average speed of the projectile. Lihat, kan starting, ini kan dia bilang apa? Starting from 0. Berarti starting from rest. Right? Berarti, do you still remember the equation? Vf is equal to Vo plus AT. Right? So, Vf, nah Vo-nya in this case apa? 0 meter per second, right? So, Vf is equal to 0 plus AT. Vf is equal to, basically in this case is AT. Average acceleration times time. So, is equal to 1.25 times 10 power of 3 times the time. The time is 0.2 seconds. So, equal to 250 meter per second. But is it the final answer for average speed? No. Karena apa? Average speed sama dengan VO, V initial, pakai initial aja lah, biar kamu nggak pusing terlalu banyak ini. V do you still remember? Initial velocity plus final over 2. So average speed is equal to 0 plus 250 over 2. 125 meter per second. Nah, ini triple I. Oke. Nah, the length of the launcher. The length of the launcher. The length of the launcher berarti kita harus tahu the concept of distance.
Wait, so I'm still looking at the formula.
Oke.
The initial velocity is 0 because dia belum gerakannya didorong dulu gitu.
Nggak ada nih. Propose to launch kan berarti starting from 0 dong. Gitu.
Yeah.
That's intuitively speaking. Jadi kadang question itu doesn't give us everything, every information. So we have to come up with intuitive thinking.
Okay.
Here.
Now we're doing IV. Yeah.
What?
Are we doing
Okay,
IV,
IV.
now?
Nah, IV. Nah, ada rules begini. I think if you see from textbook, where is it? No. Oh, ini study of projectile. Ini. S is equal to UT plus a half AT square. U itu initial velocity. Kan dia ngomongin distance kan? Nah, U ini maksudnya VI, initial velocity. Tapi VI-nya kan tadi 0 meter per second. Berarti cancel. Berarti in this case, the distance basically just a half AT square, which is equal to a half times tadi 1,250 times 0.2 square time-nya. So this is equal to 25 meter. Okay. Now, yeah, this is the complexity, the one that I'm trying to say to you. Jadi IB question itu dia suka incorporate question that actually from 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4 combined, or even starting from 1.3 gitu.
How do you do B?
Oke. Nah, B. Calculate for the projectile as it leaves the launcher. Nah, as it leaves the launcher, sebenarnya sama ini. Berarti ini ngomongin VF.
Final Cut, yeah.
VF itu apa? VI plus 80. Karena VI-nya 0, maka VF is equal to 80. 1250 times 0.2. Berarti equal to 250 meter per second. Tadi udah sih. Ini
Iya.
VF-nya. Speed-nya. Oke. Nah, II, kinetic energy, ya berarti a half mv square. Nah,
Iya.
massnya berapa? Kilogram kan?
Yep.
250 square. Berarti is equal to a half. Berarti times ini jadi 4 times 250 square. Equal to 250,000 joule. Which is equal to 2.5 times 10 power of 5 joule. And then the last one, estimate the power. Let's see. Nah, power itu adalah work done over delta time, right?
Yeah.
Tapi work done in this case only done by kinetic energy. So power is equal to KE over delta time. 250,000 joule over 0.2. So equal to 125,000 watt, or basically 1.25 times 10 power of 6 watt, atau kalau kerennya 1.25 megawatt. Dan okay, do you have question, Clea?
No.
Udah pusing?
Ya. No, aku memang kalau belajar jam 4 tuh pusing.
But I admire your zealous. Zealous itu apa ya? Your zeal. Jadi
Kenapa?
orang-orang lagi liburan, kamu belajar. Gokil sih.
Makasih, Pak.
Do you have term break also like me? This week I have term break. Jadi semua doesn't have any teaching and learning activities.
No, this week kan mulai ujian. My exam is on Friday.
Oh. SPH lagi pada term break, kalian ujian di Mentari. Wow, luar biasa.
Iya, makanya. Mungkin karena tadi aku juga belajar chemistry, jadi agak capek.
Wow. Berarti kapan ujiannya kalau chemistry? Besok?
No, chemistry hari Kamis depan. Kalau physics Senin depan.
Wow, so earlier ya physics ya? Wow.
Iya, makanya I was thinking we have like 3 more lessons this week. 3 or 2 deh, I'm not sure.
Up to you lah. Kalau me, I can do both. Mau 2, mau 3. Cuman kalau ngelihat kamu katanya ada chapter 4, chapter 4 itu I think the hardest out of all those chapters. Karena dia ngomongin wave physics yang tali nggak jelas itu kan.
Apa? Yang mana?
Tali kan, right? Like
Kali
oscillation, angular speed. Is it?
Oh, itu yang aku lumayan ngerti sih.
Oh, you get it? Standing wave gitu-gitu.
Oh wait, topic 6 or topic 4, circular motion topic 6 ya?
Iya, topic
Oke,
4.
kalau topic
What?
4 nggak tahu. I haven't done anything. I don't know
Coba.
that.
Nah, makanya topic 4 itu I think coba am I correct or not? Topic 4 itu kalau nggak salah standing wave deh. Oscillation gitu-gitu. Itu yang paling susah to make the students understand. Iya. Ini abstrak ini.
Wait, can we look at the question in topic 4?
Boleh. Jadi dia ada aturan itu kan, what do you call this? Natural frequency, harmonics, kayak gitu.
Oh, itu belum.
KX minus omega T, kayak gitu. Itu purely mostly mathematical. Nah, ini dia. Nah, ini Hooke's law further. This is the enrichment of Hooke's law. Wah, ini nih. Aduh. Ini udah belajar belum?
Aku belum belajarin. Like we did in class, tapi kalau di kelas kan kayak barely belajar apapun gitu.
Ya ini abstrak ini. Although the textbook already tried its best to explain it, tapi karena memang ini kan kayak gini, wave physics ini susah. No. Dikasih juga ya. But this is like calculus. Katanya nggak pakai calculus. Dia keluarin juga. Ah, ini.
Tapi itu nggak dipakai kan formulanya?
Enggak IB level.
Kita tapi kan chapter 4 baru 4.1 sama 4.2 kan.
Nah, kayak gini-gini nih. Waduh, yang ini nggak mungkin tuh kalau mau kita ngebahas ini sama type of questionnya. Oh.
Kayaknya ya kita belum pelajarin itu. Wait, let me check. Iya kan baru 4.1 dan 4.2, jadi masih belum harmonics gitu kayaknya.
Nah, ini kayak gini nih. Soalnya, no.
Belum, kita belum.
No. Like be able to read this graph. Ini something else lagi. Ini ngomongin maxima, minima, diffraction, interference, destructive, constructive interference.
Iya, kita belum belajar itu. Baru 4.1, 4.2 kan.
Tapi kenapa dijadiin part of the exam? Apa examnya cuma 4.1, 4.2 atau the whole chapter 4?
Enggak, kan I already sent it to you, right? It's only 4.1, 4.2.
Oh ya udah, oke.
So, next, when do you think you can finish the test, the one you're making for me?
How about this? 9 or until 10 a.m. tomorrow. I'll give to you.
Oh, that's fine with me sih.
Okay.
I was thinking maybe kan Rabu libur juga bukan sih? Is it Rabu yang libur atau Kamis?
For me, I libur for this week.
Oh iya. Tapi for me Wednesday I'm not sure ya. Mungkin kalau nggak Wednesday, Thursday maybe.
Yeah, just let me know, communicate.
Kalau okay then. Okay.
Yeah, I hope you learned a lot today. But do you have questions?
No, not yet. I think my brain is kind of like
I totally understand. Tapi maksudnya basically konsepnya dapat ya. Maksudnya ya nggak mungkin you don't get the details, but as a framework you get it.
Oh yeah. Like I get that momentum is itu right tadi mass times velocity kan, and the impulse is the force times
Delta
time.
T, or basically impulse is the change of momentum.
Oh
Jadi
yeah.
Impulse itu the extension of concept of momentum.
Wait, is it force times time or force times delta time? I forgot.
Force times time, delta T, F times delta T.
So change in time, bukan time dong.
You can have a look. I think here. This one force delta P over delta T. And I said that basically impulse is the change of momentum. Therefore, impulse is the average force or F times delta T.
So it's change in time, right?
Change in time, what do you mean?
Isn't delta mean change?
Yeah, just change, but not change in time. Kalau change in time itu berarti delta T.
Isn't it delta T? Force times delta T?
Yes, that's impulse.
So it's force times change in time?
Okay, yes.
Okay. Yeah, as a framework, ngerti sih, tapi like definitely answering questions harus banyak banget practice.
Ya, tapi you don't need too much anxiety. Nanti we will discuss it again.
I'm going to try doing my school semester 1 exam itu yang pada gagal itu kan. I want to try doing that. Terus nanti
Kamu mau yang mana? Doing yang mana? Essay apa MCQ?
Oh ya, ada 2 ya. Aduh. Berarti I'll try doing the essay deh. And then after that, tapi topic 4 sama topic 6 kita kapan covernya?
Mendingan kita bahas paper 4-6 dulu, topic 4-6 dulu dan baru going to that types of questions.
Nah, karena kan yang di exam itu kan cuma topik 2 sama topik 1.
Oh, examnya cuma topik 2 sama topik 1.
Loh, kan ada, okay, so there, kita so far,
so that I'm clear.
So, aku ulang ya, Pak. So that first, there's one semester exam, right? That one is topic 1 and topic 2 exam.
Okay.
Itu mereka gurunya kasih pas semester 1, right? I didn't take it because I was still in bio.
Oh, okay.
And then after that I moved, terus kita ada quiz on topic 6. Kita quiz topic 6, terus circular motion. Itu I got a 5. And that's the one that I did do. Maksudku, I'll try doing the one that I didn't do, which is the exam yang I sent to you dulu gitu.
Berarti my question, our priority ini kan yang kamu bilang kan ada exam on Monday. Nah, Monday-nya itu berarti cuma chapter 1 dan chapter 2 aja kan?
Enggak, yang Monday itu no, Monday is chapter 1, 2, and 4, and 6. It's the one, I already said it in the WhatsApp.
Okay, Monday, whole chapters.
No, 4.1 and 4.2. Terus chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 6.
Monday, exam 1, 2, 4, 6. Okay.
4-nya 4.1 sama 4.2.
Ya, okay, I get it. I already know. Nah, terus yang my question to you, yang 1, 2 ya kapan?
Nggak, itu bukan exam sekarang. Itu exam yang aku nggak kerjain itu.
Terus, kapan mau kamu ambilnya? Or you don't need to take it?
I don't need to take it. I just
berarti our target is basically the whole thing, right?
Iya.
Oke, ya udah.
Yeah, that's about it.
So because from your previous explanation, I thought like there are 2 exams.
No,
ada yang
itu
fokus to chapter 1, chapter 2, sama the whole thing 1, 2, 6, and 4, 1, 4, 2.
Enggak, yang exam yang pertama itu tuh yang aku nggak kerjain. Itu dia kasih aku buat practice gitu kayaknya, tapi like dia nggak mau kasih answer key-nya.
Intinya what I saw,
okay,
what I saw is that basically supaya kamu dapat good preparation, berarti semua harus dibahas dong.
I guess so.
Ya, maksudnya oke lah, ngerti. Nah, sekarang my question to you, regardless whether it is Thursday or Wednesday, berarti kamu maunya Mister itu like do what for the next meeting? Focusing on the paper 1, the test that your teacher send you, 1, 2. Jadi fokusnya cuma ngerjain soal aja, atau we discuss the chapters 4.1.
Kayaknya nggak harus. No, because the reason I asked untuk discuss chapter 2 is because aku kan nggak ikut kan. I didn't study it in class, right? Tapi topic 6 kan aku ikut kelas. Sama
Ya, sekarang makanya
aku-
Mister mau tanya kamu nyamannya yang mana? Kamu maunya Mister bagaimana? You want
Jadi
me to discuss?
wait, I'm not finished talking. So then after that we itu kalau nggak like we do questions aja topic 4, topic 6 questions, tapi nggak usah discuss like the thing,
Oke.
nggak usah go through it gitu.
Nah, ini kan baru you just communicate to me, right? I don't know, that's actually your intention. Oke, jadi artinya apa? Basically nanti next meeting bahas ini 1 and 2 questions sama questions related chapter 4 sama 6. Berarti udah nggak ada lagi ngomongin chapter kan?
Iya.
Oke, ya udah. I get it now.
Terus Friday hopefully sih bisa discuss the questions yang we did itu yang you gave me for the test.
Oke. Ya. Oke, I know
Terus
ya.
terus mungkin weekend mungkin revision lagi gitu, I don't know.
Oke.
Depend.
Itu
gitu
that's
sih.
already a lot sih.
Tapi I still think it's not enough. Kalau physics tuh aku nggak pernah kayak confident kayak chemistry atau math tuh masih kayak bisa gitu, nggak mungkin gagal. Tapi kalau physics tuh yang kayak aduh gitu.
Oke, get it. Karena kamu framework kamu, mindset kamu adalah biasa ngafal. Jadi fisik itu bukan ngafal, beda. It's not like chemistry or biology that you find what they call it like similar bla bla bla. Ini nggak ada, kayak you have to understand the core karena questionnya itu totally has its own kind gitu. You get it?
Iya. Wait, I'm going to send. By the way, I'm going to send to you the quiz I did yang topik 6 kan ada kita kerjain quiz kan.
Kamu dapat berapa?
Aku dapat 5, which is wait. I got 5, which is aku lose marks and MCQ banyak kan.
Oke, itu udah oke sih, masih baru jumping udah masih itu udah bagus.
I got 17 out of 20 for the
essay.
For the essay, but I got like 9 out of 15 for the MCQ.
Wih, itu baru loh. Is it the first exam that you take in physics?
Yeah.
Oh, that's already promising. You start with 5, bukan start from 3 loh. 5 loh.
5 apa?
Yeah, 5 out of 7 itu udah promising. You get it? Dan itu
biasanya
HL.
Berapa?
Biasanya kan orang 3, 4.
Okay, I'll send it to you ya, Pak.
Okay.
Kemana? Okay. Thank you for today, sir.
Okay, you're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.